TEPCO. But this means that they exempted every responsibility of the TEPCO and the TEPCO's stockholder creditor, and until the TEPCO recovered their business. So we only use the taxpayer money to help the nuclear industry, and that's very ridiculous. I mean, we should punish these people who have benefited from the nuclear business. The companies who have a contract with the government about the decontamination project, they are the construction company who built the nuclear facility. So, and Areva, who have established a nuclear power plant, have a contract of the purifying the water in Fukushima. So they have benefit from the disaster they created. So that's ridiculous. Number 9, we have a power shortage campaign, which was unnecessary. Japan has enough ability to create electricity. Okay. You have a question, I will explain later. But, number 10, trying to resume the operation. This April, every nuclear reactor in Japan will stop for the periodic check if we can prevent the OE plant in Fukui Prefecture to resume. So many people are paying attention to the OE plant now. So number 11, they try to export the nuclear power plant. Okay, I originally planned to explain contextualize the March 11 with broader issue like neoliberal globalization and militarism, but maybe later.
And we need 5 more hours. So.
Yeah.
We
should pass around email contact for everybody too.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to have discussion time, questions and answers as well. So he has he needs 3 more hours after this in order to talk about this nuclear power accident and neoliberalism, which we think that it's very important to discuss.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you. And I'll pass around an email list so that maybe someone is interested in looking into his talk. So let me introduce our next panelist, Yuko Tonohira. Yuko is a co-founder of Todos Somos Japón. The group works to release communicated political dialogues among people of Japan and worldwide through its bilingual website, Japan Fishers in Planetary Apparatus, jfishers.org. The members and contributors include a wide range of people who have been protesting against capitalistic imperialism, including the nuclear regime. Since March 2011, Todos Somos Japón has organized numerous rallies, events, and teachings in New York. Thank you, Yuko.
There is no immediate health effects. Worrying about radiation is worse for your health. These are the phrases repeatedly used by the Japanese government following the Fukushima accident. The government tried to tame the population in fear under radiation attack. Right after Chernobyl in '86, these phrases were used by the governments of Germany and other European countries also to calm down people's anxiety over radiation. During this very long year since last March, people in Japan and beyond, including myself, studied a lot about nuclear energy. And we have come to learn that these are the precise words employed by the driving forces of nuclear power. And as the manual of social control after nuclear disaster. On top of it, in Japan, there's another phrase, let's eat Fukushima vegetables and support Fukushima, which transforms the responsibility of the TEPCO into people's like a patriotic obligation. So when also Ministry of Health released this pamphlet, Pink and Pretty, and it's called We Answer Questions for Pregnant Women and Mothers with Small Children. And this is a series of phrases like that. There's no immediate effects. It's safe, and you can drink water. You can breastfeed your kids with no problem. Don't worry about it. So when the government issued this kind of thing to tame women and children, the people knew that their ideas and lifestyle and everything else will have to shift to something new. They realized that the state will no longer protect them. Of course, responses varied. Some people acted quickly to evacuate from the northeast. Some could not relocate for financial reasons. Some chose to stay in the outside exclusion zone. Farmers had to look after their fields and cattle. But many people, what they did in Japan as a whole is they stayed online for a long time and taught each other the danger of radiation, about nuclear energy, as well as the global nuclear regime that controls the post-disaster society. 3/11 changed the lives of many. We found the social rules and common sense that existed before 3/11 were now obstacles to us. At the same time, anti-nuke movement unified all social struggles previously existed in Japan. Here I'd like to name a few types of protests. First, street demonstration that's happening not just in Northeast but everywhere in Japan. That often involves like soundtrack that's blasting music, playing punk, rock, hip hop, reggae, jazz, all kinds of stuff. And even anti-nuke mobile karaoke block appeared in the Tokyo demonstration this past February, which was a lot of fun. The protests are no longer organized only within activists, but everybody on neighborhood basis are organizing. And another type of protest is Fukushima farmers came to the TEPCO headquarters in Tokyo with their cars, and they held a protest holding their vegetables that they could no longer sell. Also, there's been a tent occupation in front of Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, who is responsible for operating a nuclear power plants. That started during the last summer, but they quickly adopted the Occupy language, and now they're calling it Occupy METI, Ministry of Economy, and it's still been going on the sidewalk in Tokyo. And there's also direct negotiation with government officials that's often conducted by the parents of Fukushima children. And also artists and musicians are creating visual and sound protests. People are becoming meet their own media to replace mass media that has close ties to the nuclear industry.